okay. I actually want to look at number 3 first, so checking out number 3 on your paper. That's the one that I want to start with. Okay, so our domain, we know at this point, we should be good at this. We know our domain is x, so we're looking at the x-axis, so we're going from left to the right. Okay, so this line starts as far left as -4 with an open circle. So -4 is on the left side, and it goes all the way over to 2. But notice, there's an arrow. That means that this line keeps going. It goes to the right forever and ever and ever and ever. Okay? So it goes to the right for infinity. So when you have an arrow, that means that it keeps going for infinity. So this line goes from -4, and it keeps going right forever because of that arrow. Okay, so checking out our range. We start from the bottom, so -1. Okay, so my line starts as far down as -1 with that open circle. So -1. Okay, and it goes all the way up. Oh, notice I have an arrow. It never stops going up. Starts at -1 and it goes up to infinity. It goes up to infinity. Okay, so our domain, it goes from -4 and it goes right forever. For our range, it starts at -1 and it goes up forever. Okay, so when you've got arrows, it means infinity. Okay, let's take a look at number 1. Starting with our domain. Okay, starting on the left side, going to the right. So if we start on the left side, notice, yeah, it's at -4, but there's an arrow. That means this graph goes left forever. It never stops going left. Left is infinity, or is negative, so it's negative infinity. You always use a parenthesis if you have an infinity. Okay, so this graph goes left forever. It never stops going left, so it goes to -infinity. And if we go to the right, it stops. There's a point here, so it goes to the right to 5. Okay, so -infinity all the way up to 5 for our range. Okay, so the bottommost point, again, there's an arrow. It goes down forever and ever and ever and ever, so it goes to -infinity on its way down. It never stops going down. So it's -infinity, and it goes all the way up to 2. Okay, so it never stops going down, but it does stop going up at 2. Okay? If you look at number 9, number 9's a little bit funky. Okay, so notice we've got arrows on both sides. That means as far as our x terms go, it goes to the left forever, and it goes to the right forever. Okay, these arrows mean it goes to the left for eternity, goes to the right for eternity. So our domain is just -infinity to infinity. Similar deal with the range. Notice this graph keeps going down forever, keeps going up forever. Okay, goes down for all of eternity, it goes up for all of eternity. So it's going to be -infinity to infinity. Okay, a couple things to keep in mind before you get going. Closed circle, we should know this. It's going to have brackets. Open circle will have your parentheses. If you use a positive or a negative infinity, you are going to have parentheses associated with it. Okay, so really, looking back up at number 3, only difference here. So we still have our boundaries. Domain is still x. Range is still y. The circles tell us the same things, but if you have an arrow at any point, it means infinity.